Welcome back to another podcast. Sat next to me, very special guest, ex-teammate of mine, and a current Penrith Panthers player, Brad Schneider. What is the message, my man?
Good, bro. Going good, eh? Enjoying life.
And a fantastic off-season has begun. Congratulations on your engagement, my man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a nervous old engagement. Didn't know really what to do about it, but it's I'm glad it's over.
I'd say so, and a bit of a mad couple of weeks for yourself, getting called into the Prime Minister's team when you have a holiday and engagement planned, and obviously sort of you're wrapping up the end of the season. You probably don't expect to be getting called into Prime Ministers, knowing that you're going to be getting engaged. What was going through your head when that sort of all unfolded?
Yeah, it was crazy. So finishing the year, I was pretty much thinking I'm done with footy for 9 weeks until I go back again up to Redcliffe, and then I was at the gym with my partner Carly and her dad. He was down for the weekend, and I got a call off our GM at Penrith, and he said, I just want to let you know that they're thinking about picking you for the Prime Minister's 13, and I thought he was joking, eh? I was like, no, you're pulling my leg, mate. You're taking me on here. And no, he's like, no, they want to pick you, and he said, oh, what's your plans? And I was like, oh, mate, I'm meant to go to Fiji next week. And I had all this plan to go to Fiji and to propose to Carly, and got the ring, had everything sorted, a nice dinner and that there. And when he sort of said that, I was like, oh, now I've got to try and make a decision on what to do. And it's a huge honour to sort of get recognised for that, and to play in the PMs, and something I really wanted to do. And so I was trying to organise if I can move the trip, and how that would work out, and it's all been paid for, and it was too late to cancel it because I got the call on a Saturday, and we were going on a trip on the Wednesday, so it was 5 days away, and trying to organise all this and that. So yeah, it was a crazy sort of experience. It was just trying to change my trip, and then nothing was working and that, and ended up calling Kevy Walters, and because he was the coach of it, and I sort of explained my situation to him, and he was like, no, mate, go on your trip, go experience your trip, it's going to be a special one for you, so don't worry about this too much, and just hopefully, you get another opportunity in the future. But decided to go on the trip instead of play Prime Ministers, which was a very hard sort of choice, because I love my footy and always want to put that, but when this trip sort of meant so much, and it was something that I'd planned, and Carly had no idea about me proposing, and something I really wanted to do, so I thought that was probably the right choice, eh?
Yeah, for sure. And I suppose, God willing, you get another opportunity to play in the Prime Ministers, but your partner's everything to you, isn't it? And I think she's been on the roller coaster as long as I've known you, and definitely someone who's a bit of your rock, would you say?
Yeah, 100%. We've been together for 8 years now, and high school sweethearts, and she's followed me everywhere. After high school, going down to Canberra. 2 years later, we did long distance. 2 years later, she moved down, and then brought her over to England, and then brought her back to here, and she's been around with me everywhere I've gone, and not once she's complained, and she supported me no matter what, and sort of put me first and what I want to do, and she just sort of followed me around, and so making this sort of decision was hard, but I knew she'd sacrificed so much for me, so I really wanted to make this such a special moment for her, and for us, I guess, and so that's sort of why this trip was probably really, really special for us.
And I think probably a reflection of your career, getting the call up. Obviously you didn't end up playing, but that trajectory that you've been on over the past few years, it's only been on that upward trajectory. And do you feel like you are starting to strike your form as an established player now as you get a little bit older? Because I think when me and you crossed paths at Raiders under-20s, I think I knew you were always gonna go a long way, but nobody really knew who you were. I wouldn't even say people really knew who you were when you got to Hull KR. And then off the back of that sort of really skyrocketed your career, I'd say anyways. That I think the KR was like the inflection point where things really started to gather a bit of momentum. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, coming down, I wasn't really like through high school, like I wasn't signed with anyone until the last year of high school, and so I really had nothing for my future until sort of the back end of my high school last year, and that's when I went down to Canberra, and like I'd never really made any rep teams or anything before, and so that was probably my first big thing was going down to Canberra, and I was like, oh, this is unreal, and being a part of that, and then sort of COVID hit and all that, sort of through Spenner in the works, and then being at Canberra for a while and a couple of years, and then like you said, going over the whole KR sort of, it was an unreal experience. Like I'm so glad I done it. It's something that it wasn't easy to decide if I wanted to go over or not, because it's such a big move going from Australia to England, especially only had a week or two notice. It's like I got a call. I was at my auntie and uncle's for dinner with Carly, and I got a call from a manager, and I didn't think really much of it. And I was like, oh, better answer it. I spoke to him, and he said, mate, we've got a opportunity for you. This was mid-year, by the way, and I've got an opportunity for you, and it's over in England. A club needs a halfback, and we thought it'd be a good opportunity for you to sort of get a bit more game time under your belt. And at that point at Canberra, I wasn't playing first grade. I was 18th man a lot, so I wasn't getting a lot of footy in. And I think I hit a point of that. I wasn't really enjoying footy as much. Felt more of like a job than enjoyment. And when this thing sort of came up about going over to England, at first I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to move away. Such a big move, and then I think sort of reflecting on it and speaking to like my family and Carly and that, and just thinking what it'd do for me. I think that's probably what got me across the line of wanting to go over there. I spoke to Willie Peters, and he was really good about it. Like told me what they wanted me for and where I'd be in the team, and my managers were really good about it. They thought that going over there would help me a lot with my development, and that's what I wanted to do, is go over there, develop. And when I went over there, it was such a crazy experience. Like the first couple of games was such a crazy experience, but it really made me enjoy my footy a lot more, and I loved my time over there. It was the best time I've ever had over there, and really enjoyed my footy, and sort of made me love it again, like I was that happy to go to trainings, and always wanted to go to trainings, and always wanted to play, and I was just that excited every day to sort of be a part of it. So it's such an unreal experience.
Sorry to interrupt the podcast. Just a quick one from me. I have put together a 6-week off-season program that I will be following myself for all athletes listening. If you're interested, have a look at the link in the description. Anyways, back to the show. And I think that's one of the keys, isn't it? Enjoying what you do is absolutely everything. I'll never forget when, because you know people, and throughout your career, you, as a professional footballer, you come across people, and people come and go. And me and you were texting each other, and I was like, geez, bro, we're going to have to catch up soon. And you go, I'll be there next week. And I just replied, ha, ha, ha. Like, bro, I fully thought you were taking, because you were just like that. Like, we were just talking. I was like, oh, bro, I'll be mad to catch up soon. And you just said, I'll be there next. And I just replied laughing. And then you were like, no, dead set. And I said, shut up, idiot. Yeah. But that's not what I said. I said something a lot harsher than shut up, idiot. But I'm saying to you, shut up, no, you're not. And then you're like, I've signed at KR. And I was like, all right. And then like the next day or the day after, journals started leaking that you're coming over. And I was like, lad, there's no fucking way that you're coming back. And I was buzzing, bro. I was buzzing. And I was so happy that you got to come over for them few months, because I hadn't seen you in 3 years or whatever it was at that stage. 2-3 years. I was buzzing when you came over. And then obviously getting to catch up them, and then getting to catch up again when you came over for the World Club Challenge was unbelievable. But how does it feel now as we're sat here, season's all wrapped up, and you've seen them do the treble? Okay, it's obviously monumental for the game. I was happy to see it in the sense that another winner of the Super League to add to the list of Wigan, Saint, Bradford and Leeds. Now there's a fifth winner, and they not undeservedly, they undeniably deserved to do that because they won absolutely everything: league leaders, Challenge Cup, and then went on to win the comp. But how does it feel for like you playing under Willie Peters and some ex-teammates, seeing them win the comp?
Yeah, it was it was unreal to sort of see their journey through the year and how well they've been going through the year, and obviously winning minor premiers first, and then to go to Challenge Cup again, and then to win that. I was buzzing for them all, like really close with all of them, all the boys I played with there, and when they got the opportunity to go to Challenge Cup again, I was that happy for them, and and then when they won that, I was over the moon for them, and then to see them to go to the grand final and to win the big three, it's something special and doesn't happen quite often at all, and for all the boys to do that, and I think over the last 2 years or so, they've just been building for that, and you could really see that they're sort of coming into their own and being such a dominant team, and being a team that everyone wants to sort of go after. That's where you want to be at, and seeing them being able to be that team is something special that I got to be a part of sort of that at the start, and to see where they are now is it's something special that I got to witness and be a part of, and be able to be so happy for the boys and for Willie.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. And talk us through Challenge Cup, slotting that drop goal. I'd say you put your name in the history books for KR. Tell us a little bit about that, and obviously the heartbreaking defeat as well.
Yeah, so it was so my first game going over there, ended up having to go to Golden Point and having to kick a field goal. I've never had to kick a field goal before that time. I've never really been in a situation where I've needed to. My first game going over there and having to do that, and I didn't strike it well at all. It was ugly old drop goal, but went over, and I remember, so that was the first game, and the week after was the Challenge Cup, and I remember like all week I was practicing drop goals just because the one I hit was just ugly as, and I was like, if I want to get in that situation again, I don't want to make sure it's that's ugly. I want to make sure it's like it's pure, that I can actually have confidence in hitting it. And all week I was shanking them too, and I remember Ethan Ryan was giving me shit all week, just shanking them left, right. I was out there after training for ages, just trying to like practice and just get the reps in, get confidence with it, and it was actually crazy. I was talking to Carly before during the week lead up to the game. I kept having like a dream like that we'd have to go to that sort of Golden Point again, and I did not want it to go to a Golden Point again or anything. Didn't want to really be in that situation again, having to sort of do another field goal. I remember just through the week just kept having dreams of it. I was like, I hope we don't go to Golden Point. Like, please don't go to Golden Point. But yeah, anyway, as the game went on, we scored it towards the end of the half that tied it. I kicked the goal and tied it, and then remember Golden Point, we kicked off to them, and fourth tackle they kicked early, and we caught it on the full. I was thinking, why would they kick it early? Like, we caught it on the full, and I was like, going to be a good opportunity for us to sort of do it now. And I remember Sam Luckley got a really good play the ball for us, and I just remember standing there and like, I've just got to go for it. And I remember hitting it, and as soon as I hit it, it felt that good, and I was like, I knew straight away, this is going over. And it was probably the best field goal I've ever hit in my life. And I remember just looking straight up, it's going dead straight, and I was like, holy dooly, like this is going in. And it was sort of weird because I knew it was going in at the start, so I was like that happy, but all the boys were just standing there waiting, and I'm like, it sort of felt weird because they were waiting for it, but I knew it was already going in. And when it went over, it was honestly the best feeling ever, and just feeling the crowd and all the fans erupt and go crazy, and to be able to go into a Challenge Cup, haven't been there for ages, and for the club, and to be able to sort of do that for a club and be a part of it, it was such an amazing sort of experience, and so I was on such a high after that, and then a few weeks later going to the final on such a high, but then losing that final brought me down. Like, it was a roller coaster. I was such on top of the world, and then after losing that, I was at the bottom. Like, I thought we played alright. I think in the final, like, we made a lot of errors and that, but like you same again, scored right on full time, and which drew it up and went into goal point again. I'm like, oh, here we go. I was like, well, I've been in 2 and we've won 2, and I'm thinking, like, just got to do the exact same again. And I take so many learnings out of that sort of game now. I think it's made me such a better player. But at the time, it was the worst feeling ever. But just so many learnings about how to sort of pick your moments in it, and not just take your whatever it is, and just take your moments as they come. But to be able to go from such a high to a low, but to experience it all, I think for me, in my development, it was such an important part in my journey, and something that I'm grateful for, I guess. I would love to win it, but I think for me, making me a better player in that, losing it has only done that. And I think through the year, it only fueled us more to get better and to keep growing.
Absolutely. And I think oftentimes there's more lessons in the losses than there are in the wins. And one of the frames of mind, obviously, we lost a tough semi-final this year away at Toulouse. I think I was reading a book or listening to a podcast, and it said there's no benefit from staying in the loss and feeling sorry for yourself. Or that's not how it was worded at all, but there is no benefit. That was the long and short of the message. Is there's no benefit in sort of dwelling in the loss. Do you know what I mean? You learn and you move on, and you apply action to sort of make yourself better. So you probably, if you had your time again, you take more time and you inject yourself into that game in different ways. But there's no benefit in sort of living in the loss. You just need to learn from it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that obviously, as you mentioned, has helped you in your career, and that sort of brings us into when you've left KR, which is obviously a team that's now at the top, but it was in a building stage when you got there, and then you come into the environment in Penrith, and that's a fine-tuned machine, a winning culture. What is it like when you transition from that team that's sort of on the upward trajectory to the people who are the team to beat?
Yeah, it was it's sort of crazy, because when I got the call to sort of, Ivan called me to come to Penrith, like, and the team's doing so well, and if you look at sort of the role that I was going to Penrith for, the past guys that have been there have all won a final, have all got a ring, and then when I was going there, like, before I went there, I was thinking that I don't want to be the odd one out, like, everyone in my sort of role that's been there before me has won a grand final, and I don't want to be the odd one out or anything. And so going there to Penrith, straight away you could tell why they're the best. Just how every single one of them, everyone's early to training, and by not just early, but everyone's early. They all want to be there. And just the culture, Ivan drives such a great culture at the club, and so do all the players and all the staff, and that make you want to be there, and make it enjoyable being there. And I think that's so important for a club, that you want your players to want to be there every single day, and want to get better every single day. And I think he does that so well. He brings everyone closer together, and it's not just the players; it's like the families and everyone that makes sort of everyone that is with the players through their journey. And he does that so well, is bringing all the partners, wives, kids together, and making it like one big family. And getting there to Penrith, like, even in the trainings, just how hard they train and how hard the sessions were, and the pre-season was by far the toughest I've ever done. And just some of the testings that they do at Penrith is it really tests you. It really tests you, not as like mentally, but physically as well. And that's what he sort of drives as well. It's a lot of it's between the ears, and your mentality. And a lot of the sessions are designed to sort of test you mentally and sort of see how far you're willing to go, and but not just being able to survive, but being able to dominate. And it's all about being tired, and when you're tired, that's when it really tests you. Like everyone's great when they're fresh and there's no fatigue in the game, but as soon as there becomes fatigue and when you get tired, that's when you start getting little voices in your head saying, I want to stop, or I want to quit, and I'll just sort of walk here, or just sort of slow down. But that's what it's all about, is being able to sort of dominate when you're tired and sort of push that voice away, and just keep going hard, and just not really thinking about the outcome as such, but just doing and just accelerating in those moments. And I think going to Penrith and learning sort of that, it took a while, but to be able to sort of develop that and learn that, it's helped me a lot.
The ability to perform under fatigue and silence the mind when the body's screaming at you, but be able to silence the mind. It's in particular in your position when you're a pivot, when you're a half, or when you've been playing a bit of hooker as well this season. Yeah. You're directing a team around the pack. You're the one who has to be more composed than anybody on that pitch in that moment. And when your lungs are screaming for air and your brain's starved of oxygen, you're the person who's paid to deliver to get that result.
100%. And that's sort of your role. And for me as a half, or wherever I'm playing, is sort of I've got to organise what we're doing in the team, and especially at Penrith, you're always moving and always communicating. And when you're fatigued, it's so easy just to sort of just to clock off for a minute or for a second. But to be able to sort of train yourself not to sort of let that voice in your head to tell you to stop and tell you to quit, and tell you just to take a break, just sort of pushing that aside and just going after it every single second and every single rep, and it is hard. It's not easy at all, and it does take time, but being able to develop that and sort of train yourself to do that, it makes you 100% better, and makes you sort of be able to win little moments that become big moments in a game, and that's what we talk about a lot, is winning little moments, and those little moments end up becoming big moments, and being able to do that under fatigue, that's what it's all about.
And it sounds like the culture there has instilled that winning mentality into you. And I think like the mind is a muscle that needs to be trained. Like the muscles in the body, like your fitness, like your cardiovascular ability, the mind is something that you need to train. And within the sport of rugby, you're a contact sport. Like you're literally, people describe it as going to war, but you are going into that fight or flight mode where your body's releasing adrenaline and you're trying to compose yourself as best you can when you're literally up against someone who wants to take your head off. So being able to train your mind and your mindset to silence those voices is absolutely huge. I think it's something that I'm continuing to work on, and as I've got older, I've grown as a player and as a person, and I think that's part of maturing. Like if you and I were sat when we met each other 5 years ago, we would have been like, what dribble? What dribble are each other talking here? Like what you on about? Who would have thought 5 years on that we'd be sat having this conversation? But it's a reflection and a result of what work you've done on yourself, and coming into that system has clearly helped that. So how do you feel that has, your ability to perform has changed as you've gone from Canberra to KR to Penrith?
Yeah, so being at Canberra, being a rookie in that, I was just trying to learn off the players and everyone I could, and that's sort of been my whole journey, is I'm trying to pick pieces off every single person I can, and try to just see what works for them, and how I can sort of implement that to me. And sort of going through the journey of Canberra, being being a rookie, being so young, just still learning the game, I guess, more so, and just physically trying to be being able to handle it, because you're coming up against men and the best in the country at what they do, and being able to physically handle that. I think at Canberra, that's what I was trying to do. And then when I was going over to Hull, I knew I was going into a halfback role and had to lead a team around, and I sort of could have taken it two ways of just going over there and just being a part of it and just being comfortable, I guess, and not really being out there, I guess, and being a voice, whereas I could have gone to that sort of stage. But when I went over there, I was like, no, I want to make sure I give it every shot I can and bring my best foot forward for the team and the club. And I felt like I owed them something. They sort of believed in me that I could go over there and do a job for them. And so I really felt like I owed something to them. So straight away, when I went over there, I tried to be more of a voice and more of a confident sort of voice, and being a leader amongst the team. And going as a halfback, you've got to be a leader. You've got to organise a team and get them around the park and manage the game. And that's what I tried to do. And I think it was very uncomfortable for me being able to sort of do that. But I think such great people around me over there, like had the likes of someone like Sean Kenny-Dow, who's been around the game for so long and so experienced, and he's helped me so much when I went over there. Just Ryan Hall as well, and just two old heads that have been around and experienced so much of the game, and they've helped me so much, just being able to be confident in myself. And so that was such a learning curve. It just, I think, a confidence booster of being able to get out of your comfort zone and being able to sort of put your best foot forward for the team. And that's what I tried to do. And then going to Penrith now is sort of being about the mentality of about how to function under fatigue, and a lot of it's between your ears. And so that's why I've been trying to learn a lot. And by no means I'm not a master at it at all. I've got a lot of learning to do, but I'm just trying to be taking little things here and there from players like such world-class players over there like Nathan Cleary and XIII, just being able to pick their brain a little bit. And a big thing for them, I think, was their preparation, how they prepare for a game. It's not really just rock up and play the game. They've got a whole week that they sort of tick boxes, and they say the whole week sort of builds them for the game. And they know if they've ticked every little box during the week, and that they can just go out in the game and just perform. And that's how I think they're so consistent with their performances, and how they're so good when they go out there, and is because they've prepared so well. They made sure they've tick every box, and they put their self in the best possible way, I guess, to sort of achieve what they want to achieve in the game and in the week, and perform in the game. So I think just learning sort of that at Penrith has been a sort of a real learning curve for me as well.
And being around the most elite players on earth, there's nothing like it, is there? They literally say iron sharpens iron for a reason. And I think what you sort of touched on there as well is when you're a rookie at Canberra, you're seen as a rookie at Canberra through a lot of people's eyes, because that's where you've come through. And I feel like when you go then somewhere else, all of a sudden you go into KR and you're not the bloke who's come through the system there. Yep. You're the halfback who's come here to steer the ship. Do you know what I mean? So it's a completely different perspective, isn't it? And then when you go to Penrith, you're the halfback, or you're the player, you're Brad Schneider who's played at Canberra and played at Hull KR. Yeah. You're no longer the rookie kid who's come through our system. And I feel like for myself, and I see it all too often when people move around, you often see a player moves and their performances improve as a result. But it's all of a sudden because not only other people but themselves, you're not looking at yourself as the young person who's come through this system anymore. Do you know, when I was at Huddersfield, I was the kid who's come through. Look, I came through the Huddersfield Academy. Yep. I'm just a young player. Like, you're just a squad filler. That's probably how I seen myself as well. And looking back on that, I probably shouldn't have seen myself as that. I should have been bashing down doors to try play. But I just see myself as, I'm just going to be here. I'm a young kid. Like, my opportunity will come, which is not the right mentality to have. No. Your opportunity will come. Is never the right mentality. You need to make that opportunity happen. But that's how I see myself at the time. I was like, if I just train hard, eventually it'll come. And then when you move somewhere, you have a chance to reinvent yourself, don't you? And to be and then you go somewhere else and a new person again and a new
100%.
opportunity to put your best foot forward. And I think that's sometimes that change of environment is so key. When you're talking about elite players like Nathan Cleary, like XIII, you're getting obviously coached by Ivan Cleary. He's a very, very successful coach. And you're saying you're still a work in progress, of course, as we all are. And the fact that you believe that, like, literally shows how humble you are. But what do you think they have at Penrith, or they've had at Penrith, and what systems have they implemented that allowed for such a consistent level of performance? Because besides this year, obviously, an unfortunate season in comparison to the previous, but that level of success being sustained for so long in the NRL, which is an even tougher competition than Super League, to stay at the top for as long and be as competitive when so many key players move on every single year. Because unfortunately, with salary caps and the salary cap sport, is that players play well, win a grand final, their value goes through the roof. Yeah. They have to move on because you can't fit them all in. Exactly. So with all the moving parts, the system and the environment at Penrith stays the same. What is driving that? What systems are being implemented to allow that to be such a high performance environment?
Yeah, I think there is a lot that goes into it that makes them sort of being able to perform and be the best. But like I noticed straight away is just how hard they work, and it's not easy at all. The preseason there is designed to test you physically and mentally, and just the testings that you do test you mentally and physically, and they really put you through your paces and to sort of see where you're at. But also that's what they're about, is they want to be the hardest workers, they want to be the fittest, they want to be the best in everything they can. And that sort of shows is like they prioritise their defence. They've been the best. Well, we've been the best sort of defensive side for the last 4 years. I think they've been at least top 3 or top 5 every year, and so being able to want to be the best, I think, is one thing, and then being able to train sort of to make everyone better is another thing. Everyone competes so hard. Everyone over there is a competitor. They want to win, and that's the thing. They'll do whatever it takes to win. And being able to do that in your trainings is something as well. It's being able to test someone, and but not just so you. It's not in a way that you're trying to show off or come across cocky. It's you want to make each other better, and to do that, you have to give you 100%, and you have to test each and every one of you, and I think that's what they do really well. And so being able to work hard and be a competitor, and then and the other aspect of it is to sort of, you want to drag teams into a deep end and test their fitness, and know that we've worked so hard during the off season and the pre-season that if we take a team and test their fitness, that we know we're going to beat them in that sort of stage, because we know we've worked harder than any team. And I think that's their mentality, is just being able to test teams their fitness levels, being able to go set for set and just wear a team down is such a sort of draining. I've been on the other end of it when I played in Canberra. We played Penrith, and I think it was went in a half time. It was I think we might have been up 10-6 or something, and going in a half time and then coming in that second half, and it was just set for set, and slowly they were just winning field position, and I think the game ended up being 40-something-10. So for them to just sort of drag you into a deep end and just say, we're going to keep you there the whole time, and pretty much just see how long you last is sort of the thing. And but it comes back to sort of your trainings, how hard you're working in your trainings. And I think this year was such a learning curve for everyone there, part of the club, all the coaches, and for myself as well. We went over to Vegas, played the Sharks in Vegas, and it was such a big build-up. Felt like a grand final nearly, how big the build-up was. It was such an awesome experience. And to beat the Sharks there and then come back to Australia, I had a week off, and then we went on a losing streak, and we're coming dead last this year, halfway through the year, and we were thinking like, what's going on? You know, no one's used to it. Over the past 4 years, we're used to being at the top and winning games, and then all of a sudden we're down the bottom and losing games. You're like, don't know what's went wrong, and we're working really hard mentally in that. And then we found out that coming back to our training that we sort of got complacent and probably soft on each other. We weren't testing each other as hard, you know, and so that's what we worked really hard on, is we've got to work harder now, you know. And it always sort of seems like the cliche sort of way is like when you're losing, you've got to just work harder and keep working harder. But there's sort of a way to work harder, but we knew that we got a bit complacent in that sort of sense, and that we knew that we're all competitors. We all want to be out there competing, and we want to win at the end of the day. And we knew if we compete in trainings and test each and every one of us, we're going to get better out of it. And we started doing that, and we started putting better performances together and started winning more games, and ended up making it to the finals. Obviously didn't end how we wanted to end, but I think, like another thing, it's such a learning curve during the year. No one really experienced it before, being in such a dominant team. So to be able to work out that sort of coming dead last, and then being a challenger in the finals, you know, being a real challenger to win that the grand final again, been such a awesome learning curve. But it sort of came back to what Penrith's about, is about working hard and being a competitor, and testing each and every one of yous every single day, and and knowing that you're all brothers, you all got that love for each other, and at the end of the day, it's all love, and that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to make each other better.
Yeah, for sure. And that love is what drives the competitive nature. Do you know, it's because you have that love for your teammates that you hold each other to such a high account and make each other work so hard. Because if you, like, when you're around people who you don't really care about, you're not holding them accountable, because you're just like, oh, that's the environment that we're in, and no one's holding each other accountable. It's because you care and because you're competitive that you do hold each other accountable, which is actually the harder thing to do. The harder thing to do is go, you're being lazy. You're being lazy here.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? You need to train harder.
Yeah.
And the other side of that is the problem that you've had or the problem that anyone has can more often than not be fixed by hard work. You know, most problems in life can be fixed if you just 100%. Knuckle down and start working hard. And if there's any takeaway from this from anyone listening, is that if you're willing to just flip the switch in your head and go, right, back to the work, back to chewing on glass. Because at some stage in life, in your rugby career, in your work life career, in your relationship, you need to chew on some glass. And you need to go, I'm not where I want to be. And the bridge is more often than not hard work. The bridge is very rarely rest and relaxation, and will take the foot off the gas even more. More often than not, the bridge is hard work, and the bridge is in the shit that you don't want to do, but you do it anyways. Tell us a little bit about the lead up to the grand final the year before.
Yeah, so that year sort of, I think, my first year at Penrith, sort of a crazy year. Nathan was injured a fair bit. He had a lot of problems with his hemis, and he kept getting injured. He'd come back for a game and he'd do his hemi again. So it was such a hard year for him, because I don't think he's experienced sort of that sort of stage in his playing career before, of being injured lots. But it gave me an opportunity, and which I'm sort of grateful for, because, like, again, it threw me straight into it, and I got to jump outside my comfort zone and go straight into such a successful team, you know, coming off the back of 3 grand final wins, and I'm suddenly in there being the halfback and trying to lead a team around, you know, and it's daunting, but it made me definitely a lot more confident, and everyone there gave me so much confidence to be able to do a job there, and being able to put such a good year together. And then Nathan came back for the finals, and I was in 14, more of a cover role, and being able to sort of experience that sort of finals journey, and just how everyone went around it, and just the build up. The grand final week was such an amazing week. Like the build up for the grand final is insane, and just being able to have like Penrith's such a great community, and having the whole sort of community get behind you, and you see all the fans come out and there's flags everywhere, everyone's supporting the Panthers, and during that week it's such an amazing week, and at trainings it's that's what you're trained to do, is to get to this sort of stage, and you could feel the energy and everyone's that excited and that for it, but it's also trying to feel like not going over the top with it too, but you got to enjoy the week, and you got to enjoy every day as it comes, and that's sort of what we did, and being able to experience that and watch everyone how they sort of enjoyed the week, and that was such an amazing experience, and then to be able to be part of the grand final, and I didn't get on, but being able to be a part of the team and the week was something so special, and I take so many learnings from it and memories, that just being able to be a part of it and watch it and how everyone goes about it, it's something so special, and to be able to be a part of the team and win the grand final, it's honestly one of the best feelings ever. Even though I didn't get to get on the field and run around, but being able to be a part of the team and the club and be a part of that success, and know that the whole year has sort of led up to that moment. It's I'm truly grateful for, and something I'll remember forever. And to be able to make so many memories with that your brothers that you go to war with every single week, and that you spend nearly every day with, and to be able to feel that sort of success and that happiness of it all, it's truly special, and something that you can't take for granted, because you never know, they might never ever come again. So being able to be present in that moment and enjoy every single day as it comes, that's what it was all about for me, and something I did, and I loved every minute of it.
Just get to soak it all up, and I think on this journey, the people that you meet, that's what I say. I say this nearly on every single podcast, to be honest. Like, I love the sport. I love the opportunities that this sport has given me. I love the roller coaster. As much as I talk about the highs and lows and the mental battles and all that goes through it, and your body's destroyed, but I love the people that this sport has brought me. Like, obviously coming over here, I'm sat across from you on the other side of the world. I've been having chats with people, ex-teammates, getting to share this journey with other people. That is something so special. And like 5 years ago when we met, and now we're mates for life. Do you know what I mean? And we may not see each other that often anymore, but that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And you move on, and people go to different clubs, and people retire, and all these things happen, but you never can take away the memories. You may not remember when you went to, when you went to whoever away, you know what I mean? You might go to Dragons down away, or you might go to Melbourne, but you may not remember all those days, but you remember the memories and the people that you have, and you can never 100%. Take that away from anyone. It's so special. The connections that this sport gives you, it's unbelievable. And just hearing you reflect on that, like, Jesus, it's something I dream of being a part of. I've never been in a team that ever made a grand final. I've never won anything of that magnitude. It's something I dream of, and I may never get the opportunity to be in a team that's as successful as that. But hearing it and feeling it in your emotions, it's so special. It's so powerful. It's what dreams are made of. 100%. It's literally what dreams are made of. 100%. As we look onto the future now, exciting times ahead, eh? Yeah,
it is exciting. I think the future is always exciting, because you never know what's going to happen. So it is exciting. Something to look forward for.
Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. In terms of summing it up, like bringing you back around full circle, when you move from North Queensland, far away to the nation's capital, what's going through your head?
Oh, mate, like, honestly, so I'm in high school, and then it sort of comes about, like, I signed with Canberra for the 20s to go down there, and I'm up in Townsville, up the top of North Queensland, hot all year round, doesn't get cold up there whatsoever, you're sweating day in, day out up there, and then to get the call to go down to Canberra for the 20s after school finishes. I finished school on a Friday and flew down to Canberra on the Monday to start doing 20s preseason. I'm thinking like, oh, I don't want to leave home is my first thought. I was like, I'm too comfortable up here. Like, this is such a great life I've got up here, and all my family's up here. Everyone's here, and such good life. All my mates are up there. And then to go down to Canberra where I know it's going to be freezing cold. Like, I haven't experienced the freezing cold like that, and I'm like, I'm dreading it. But I was lucky enough to have one of my best mates, Adrian Trevelyan, to come down with me, and we sort of went down together. And I was dreading it. I hated it the first 2 weeks, homesick, typical. Like, I left straight from high school and left my family and got homesick straight away. And I was like, this is shit. I don't want to be here anymore, But then as soon as you sort of start making your friends, we met and you start getting feeling like it's another home, and you start hanging out a lot more, and then you start making your best friends. And like this, like 5 years ago, who knew that we'd be here today, doing this, and being able to sort of maintain that sort of relationship and stay connected, even though like we live on different side of the world, and being able to sort of maintain those connections and those relationships. Like, at first I was dreading it, but I'm so glad I've done it, because I've made my best mates for life now, and so many memories that, if I'd sort of stayed at home and said I didn't want to do this anymore, and I wouldn't be here today. So being able to make those memories and sort of jump outside my comfort zone again and go down to Canberra, it was a big shock, but after a while you sort of get comfortable and not comfortable, you start adapting to it, and making some best friends and memories.
For sure. And in getting uncomfortable and in the discomfort is where the best things are. As always, in anything you do, being willing to take the jump. I have to say, for me, like, when I got told I was going to Canberra, I wasn't saying, oh no. I was like, so you're telling me, I was in Huddersfield, I was like, you're telling me I'm going to go to Canberra? This is unbelievable. Like, everyone who says, I love Canberra. I love Canberra. Like, I haven't got to go this trip because I'm only here for a week, but I love Canberra. And everyone, all the Aussies who come over, and when I say I love Canberra, they're like, what the fuck? I love Canberra. Yeah. I think it's the best. I just love everything about it. And like you said, the memories, the stuff you get up to, like, I'll never forget. We go into the pub. Oh. We go into the pub, me and you, and we go, right, loser of this pool game pays for the parking. Most places you pay for the parking afterwards. Yeah. So they're playing pool. I lost. We go out. This fella's got a fine, big $100. I was like, hey, we weren't betting on $100 fines for parking. I was like, that's on you. We thought it was, most places you get a ticket, you pay afterwards, like. Yeah. And this fella's got a bleeding fine. I was like, oh, that's typical. No chance. Your fault, Schneider, your fault. But this is the shit league. Yeah. Oh man,
I'm from Townsville. Like, I've never paid for parking in my life up there. Like, up there you don't pay for parking or anything. It's just free parking. Off you go to this pub in Canberra, and then end up saying, oh yeah, we'll play whoever, because we sort of knew about parking and that. I was like, but I didn't know too much, and then we're like, oh yeah, we'll play pool, and loser of it, and you end up losing. I was like, oh, yeah, you got to pay for it. I thought it'd be like all of $5 or whatever. See this big yellow thing on me windscreen. I was like, and you like straight away, no, I'm not fucking paying for that, man.
Hey, when did I become from Yorkshire with that? Oh my, have you heard this fella? Irish accent, my ass, give me Yorkshire accent. Yorkshire, but yeah, like as I say, they're the full circle moments, and we're five years down the track now. Obviously, mate, you've had a massively successful career, an exciting future ahead. Engaged now, it feels like we're actually growing up. We have to start being mature at some stage. We won't start doing that anytime soon, though. Definitely not. If you were talking to your younger self, it doesn't seem that long ago now, but if you were talking to your younger self, what advice would you give him? He lands in Canberra, he's homesick. That seems like yesterday to me, but it seems like yesterday in a million years away. But if you're talking to him, what are you saying to your younger self?
I'm just
knowing
saying,
what you know now.
Yeah, just enjoy the journey, because you never know what's going to happen. But being able to get outside your comfort zone and feel uncomfortable, I think, is the best thing you can ever do. And it's not easy whatsoever. Like, no matter what you're doing, straight away you don't want to get outside your comfort zone. Everyone loves being comfortable and being in their sort of bubble, but better things always await when you get outside your comfort zone, and there's always something better there, something that's always going to make you better, even though you don't think of that at the time. But it definitely makes you a better person, and the experiences you get and the memories you get and the learnings you get, it's always going to make you a better person no matter what. And I think for me, just being able to be present and sort of know that you are where you dream to be. When I was a little fella, I always wanted to dream about being an NRL player, and not forgetting sort of that dream that you had when you were a little fella, and making that little fella proud. And that's what it's all about, and that's where I wanted to be. And now I'm sort of being that person, and it's sort of, you can always get caught up about not being present and being in that moment, but just reminding yourself, like, when you were a little fella, that all you wanted to be was this, and now you're in that moment, you know, like, you got to really sit and think about it for a bit, and makes you feel so good that you've been able to achieve what you achieve. And but it all comes from being able to get outside your comfort zone, being able to put your best foot forward every single day and everywhere you go, and just enjoy it, you know, have a laugh, make memories, make mates for life, and just enjoy it.
For sure. I think that's the key. You hit the nail on your head there. You hit the nail on your head. You hit the nail on the head. I would hope there's not a bleeding nail in your head. I think that for me is like, I've seen someone say your life is literally a movie. You know, this is, you are doing what you dreamt of doing. You are a professional athlete, and I am so grateful for this life. And when I landed in Sydney, I was like a kid at Christmas. I'm not even. I landed here, and I was like, "What? How lucky am I that for my off season, I get to come here. I get to hang out with the boys. Like, I get to have a laugh." And I was trying to go to bed. I was literally like a 12-year-old. I'm trying to go to bed here. This was the day before yesterday, and I kept waking up every hour, because I was so buzzing to go to Coogee, watch the sunrise, have about 20 coffees, go to the gym. Like, imagine being buzzing, but that's my life. Like, that's what I get to do. I get to. Yesterday, I was so excited to get up, go for a sunrise swim, and have about 1 million coffees, go for a run, go to the gym, and film a podcast. And then you go, how could I call what I do? Like, how could I call filming podcasts and running an online coaching business and playing professional rugby a job? I can't, can I really? I don't have to pick up a single tool and pick up a camera. Is that a tool? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, how lucky am I to get to do what I do? And when you frame yourself from the point of gratitude rather than the point of, this is a job, this is work. Let me tell you, there's a million things to complain about in this world. There's always something to complain about. You know what I mean? You can go, it's too hot if it's too hot. You can go, it's too cold if it's too cold. Or my bed's a bit lump. Whatever you want to do. I'm not eating organic grass-fed steak for breakfast and Wagyu and caviar. You know what? There's always something to bleed and complain about. But let me tell you something. The life that we get to live is something of gratitude. And because of our competitive nature, we always strive for more.
100%.
We're always going to want to be a better player. I'm always trying to be a better person. I think that's key. I'm always trying to be a better person, and I'm trying to inspire through what I do, through the words I share and the message I share. And I hope in a year's time, I think that fella's an Egypt. And because I look at myself from a year ago and go, that fella's an Egypt. He didn't know. Geez, imagine not knowing that. But that's the beauty of the journey, isn't it? That's the beauty of the journey, and that's the self-development that we go on. But to sum all up what you said, the ability to be present in the day, in the moment, and go, I am living the little lad's dream, or some version of it. I think the little lad from me would have thought I'd been playing rugby union, but here we are. Do you know what I mean? I think to be able to go, I'm fulfilling my dream, and I'd look up to myself 10 years ago. That's all that you're sort of after.
100%. You just want to sort of make your little person proud, and sort of be where you are. You want to be proud of that, and being able to enjoy your moment and enjoy your journey, that's what it's all about. And being able to wake up with a smile on your face every single day, and be able to love what you do, you know, you can't really dream of anything better, you know. Being able to wake up and do what you love every single day, and just keep getting better every single day, and learn every single day, and with mates for life, you know. honestly the best job in the world, and yeah, I wouldn't want to do anything else.
God willing, we can keep doing this job for a little while.
100%.
But in the meantime, my man, I am dying for a blend. We're going to smack a few now.
I'll go show you around, mate. We'll go get a few.
We're going to go get a few. Brad Schneider, my man, that was a serious message. Thank you.
Nah, thanks for having me, mate. It's been a pleasure, and can't wait to keep making more memories with you, mate.
Hey, amen. Amen. Let's go. The brother.